Yep, there we go. There's the first one. That's the first snapper of the season. Yeah, buddy! And boom, we have a good Sydney snapper.
Today, I'm out offshore, targeting snapper in shallow reefs, using a secret technique that I'm going to share with you guys. As well, I'm going to share with you a few other techniques that are going to increase your catch rate. As always, these episodes are sponsored by 7 Seas Apparel. Don't forget to use code REALFISHING10 to save yourself 10% off anything 7 Seas Apparel. Like and subscribe, and let's hope we get into some really nice snapper.
All right, first cast of the snapper season. Let's go. Let's get that out there. Little bite. Ooh, that was a good bite. Burn it up, bring it back down to them. See if they whack it when it drops back down. Something did whack it. Something tailed it. Oh, that was a good chomp. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Big chomp out of it. That's the sign we're looking for. That's a big, Jesus. Big snapper chomp. Yep, there we go. There's the first one. That's the first snapper of the season. Here we go. Jam him. On the new TD Hyper. Thank you to Zeus Tackle for getting me one of them on express order, because I wanted to come out this morning and target some of these beautiful reds. Woohoo! First one, yes! Oh man. Well, that's doing that. Let's cast after getting bitten. That guy come along. Let's just get that back out. Little penny to start the snapper season. I wanted to come out early in the season. I'm probably a month or two early, but I wanted to come out and target these guys because I love targeting them. If you've followed me for a long time, it's been quite a journey to actually targeting them on soft plastics, and I've definitely got a pattern down now. And this little guy, he's only 35 centimeters, but he's such a cool fish, man. We're gonna put him back, and hopefully that gives me a lot of good luck into the coming season. See you, buddy. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes, sir! So this new technique that I've sort of discovered, because snapper are such a species that they don't need big jerky movements like a kingfish or a lot of our pelagics to really attract a bite. They really just like that slow sink. And so once the plastic sort of sits in that strike zone, all I've been sort of doing is just this really long, slow lift and then drop it back down. Really slow, low lift. and then drop it back down. And just let it flutter back down. This is once it's sunk, I'll do that 3 or 4 times, and I feel like it just increases your bite chance. Like I'm getting a lot of bites after the twitches because of it, and traditionally with snapper fishing, you don't normally get bites after you start twitching the lure. So by doing this sort of technique, it sort of keeps you in the game for longer after the water's in that strike zone. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the start of the drift, and what I'm gonna do is just move a little bit across. I'll move 50, 60 meters away from that drift line and drift again. The reason why I do that is because often I've found here out of Sydney, often with your chasing snapper, you won't catch them again and again on the same exact drift. You just need to move left and right a little bit, and that will increase your chances. So I'm gonna head back to the start and let's give it a go. Got a hit then. Oh yep, oh yep, oh yep. Fish on the other rod. No. That was close. I've got a second setup just out on the other side with a 5.5 inch wave minnow. It's a big one and a really good one to use on the in the Rodney. Just have it in the Rodney, just sitting there waiting for a fish to come along. Oh. What is that? Come on. It must supposed to be grabbing the backside of it. What I'm about to do now is I'm about to change plastic color because I like using that white color really early, but as you can see behind me, the sun's come up now, so I'm going to go to a more natural presentation. I'm going to go to the pilchard color in the 5-inch Daiwa jerk shad. I had the white glow 5-inch Daiwa jerk shad on at the moment, and I'm just going to change over to that more natural looking one after this cast, and then keep fishing with that more natural one. All right. Changed over. Pull this one off. Pilchard glow. Sort of that mid-range one. It's got the white belly on it, but also the blue specks on it. Really helps it out. Rigging up your plastic. First thing you need to do, if you've never rigged them up before, is line them up correctly. So line that up. That's going to be pretty close to where this middle notch is on the plastic. It's going to be a little bit further back from that, but then it's time. Biggest key is feeding them on straight. You need to feed your plastic on straight, and once it gets to the point where it needs to come out, pull it out through that little slit there. And then because of these Elastomax ones, I like to pinch and pull it down past where it needs to be. See how it's all bunched up like this? Then now I just pull it all back nicely, and you have a nice straight rigged soft plastic. Perfect, ready to go. The way you know it's straightly rigged is with these bait junkies, they actually swim really straight when you wind it in the water. And those 7-inch ones has a really big tail action. Now this one is swimming super straight in the water. It's not kinking. It's not darting left and right. That means I've rigged that perfectly. Bit of scent, and let's get back into it. Oh, I felt that bite. He was slurping it. Slow lift. Wasn't a big bite, he was sort of plucking at it. Damn it. That was a good bite. Little bonito on the way up. Right, time to move across again, start the drift again. A couple little bites on that drift, nothing really special. But yeah, we'll just move across a little bit and see how we go.
So in this clip, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I do catch a snapper, but I won't cut straight to the hookup. I want you guys to see how long it takes for this 1/4 ounce 5-inch style jerk jihad to actually sink down in 25 to 28 meters of water.
Yep. Yep. Halfway up. Yep. Come on. Up you come, buddy. Oh, come on. It's a good fish. Back off that drag a little bit now. Oh, it's a good snapper, man. It's a good snapper. Come here, buddy. Yeah, buddy! First cast after moving across a bit. And boom, we have a good Sydney snapper. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Whew. All right, have a look at that. That is a good Sydney red. Probably pushing that 30, well, sorry, not that 30, probably pushing that 50, 55 centimeter range, and very happy with that. Like I said before, caught it halfway up and just was so surprised by the bite. Banged him, jammed him, got him out of the reef, and when it sort of came up, and yeah, very happy with that. Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm gonna try and release this guy. He's not gonna go down. All right.
Fortunately, I just really wanted to release him, but he just wouldn't go down. I tried that 4 or 5 times to get him down, but yeah, he just wasn't going to go down. So still great feed. I'm not complaining with having to feed a snapper, but I always try and release them as best as I can. Little nip on the line after catching that snapper, so you've just got to change it. So once you cast out, what you need to be doing is keeping in contact with it. Now, you don't need to be tight with it. You want to be just tight enough that you can feel the jig head lightly. So if something does grab it, you'll feel that pluck straight away. And if you feel that pluck, jam it straight away. When snapper are really on, you might even get them in the top 10 to 15 meters of the water column. You won't get them at that bottom half. You'll probably get them in the middle third. And that's when they're really on. They're looking up and feeding up on bait fish and stuff like that. So being ready from the moment the lure lands is a really good idea. A lot of my big snapper, my 60, 70 centimeter snapper, have been in that top half of the water column, and you sort of are surprised by the hit because they're so high up in the water column, but that means they're up, feeding, and wanting to have something to eat. Another fish on. Just dropped the plastic back down after catching that really nice snapper. I've got another fish on, I just don't know what it is. Doesn't feel like a snapper. Good old baker. Fish that you don't want to catch. Get out of here, buddy. Right, so back to the end of the drift now, and sort of where I'm drifting now compared to where I started are a lot of shorter drifts because the reef that's behind me is really shallow. We're talking 10, 15 meters, and I just got a nice bite then. Like 10, 15 meters of water. And it sort of drops off into 25, 30 meters here. And this time of day, you know, it's past 7:30, past that first hour of sunrise. That's where you got to sort of catch them. And you just got to go deeper and deeper as the hours go on each day. So I'm just going to reset my drift and hopefully we catch another good snapper. Fish on. Nothing special. I think it's a rocky or a baker. No real head shakes or runs. Rocky. Now with these fish, be very careful. They have poisonous spines at the top of their head. You can lip grip them like I've got there, but if you really don't want to touch them, I would just get the pliers and flick them off if I was you guys. It's always handy when you're out snapper fishing to have a little bit of hot water on board, because if you do get hit by their spines, hot water is the #1 cure to help you. Oh Jesus. Need a fish on the other one. Unhook that unless it's snagged. That's a fish. Fish on the, oh, Jesus. I lost it all. Oh, on the way up, little bonnie or something. Little Mac tuna. That was a bit of fun on the way up. Thank you, buddy. Okay, you can let go. All right, see you, mate.
Another fish. Seems if you just leave it dead, stick it on the ground, you get a rock cod. Rocky. There's a king on my lure. There's a king followed my lure all the way up. That was sick. Oh my God, he's right next to the boat. Look at him. He's right here. I could have netted him. He's not a big king. That was cool. Wasn't a big king. All right, back to the start of the drift again. It's 8:16 at the moment, so I really want to get the start of the drift again for that tide change at 8:30. So I just want to, it'll take me 2 minutes to quickly go back to the start of the drift. The king is right behind the lure again. He's scared of it. That was cool. All right, tide change, come on. Let's get a fish right on this tide change here. Another good thing to do when you're out snapper fishing is with your sounder is having a split screen system. Now I've got the split screen on. What I've got is one part of my sounder is the maps to make sure I'm drifting over the right parts of the reef. And then my second split screen is the bottom half of the reef. So it's at the moment we're in, that is 22 meters of water, and I'm reading from 22 all the way up to 15. And I have it zoomed in so I can see those little arches and stuff like that and see if they're actually snapper or whether they're kingfish or whether they're just normal fish. And then I have the overarching from the top of the water column all the way down to the bottom as well. It's a really good way to have a look, a closer look in at those fish. Oh. Get on the drop then. Wasn't a big one though. Ooh. Yep, fish. On the drop. On the drop. Get him up out of the reef. Decent one, whatever it is. It's another snapper. Oh yeah. Another good snapper. Up and in. Woo! That's another good size one. Another really good size snapper right on that tide change. Perfect size fish. About 40, 45 centimeters. Unlike the last one, we're gonna really try and get this guy back. He's in pretty good health. Not a lot of barotrauma, but yeah, so cool, man. See you, mate. Woo! Very happy.